In this video, I've compiled the best parts of the last few live classes that I've been doing. Now, these live classes were a one-time thing only. In fact, I took the replays completely down as soon as I was finished the live. So now nobody has access to it. And since so many people have been hitting me up saying, Tyson, please give us access to those lives. I really want to watch them again. So I decided to send the video to my editors and actually get them to create a high production quality, fast-paced video for you guys to enjoy and also get tons of value from as well. In this short video, you're going to learn literally everything there is to know about getting copywriting clients. You're going to see me answer some of the most common asked questions from beginner copywriters trying to get clients. So with all that being said, let's hop right into the video.
Who's ready to find out what's inside the box? I'll give you some hints. It's something that's going to change your life. It's something that I've never really shown you guys before, never taught you guys before, never talked about before. And it's something that's going to be given away for everybody. I'll say I'm giving away a ton of stuff. It's not a 16-hour copywriting course. It's not a book. It's not a new product either. You guys ready? Okay, here we go. But first, let me tell you a little bit more about this gift. I want to focus on what exactly you'll walk away with. So essentially, I want to hand you on a silver platter the number one reason as to why I became successful with copywriting and how I became successful with copywriting through actually outreaching and getting clients. Because there's a huge thing that has been plaguing all copywriters, beginner to intermediate to even advanced. Today, I want to teach you guys how to go beyond copywriting templates in order to get your first or next copywriting clients. Actual good copywriting clients who are paying you $2 grand, $3 grand, $4 grand every month, asking you to do work that you actually like doing, that's actually engaging and fulfilling to you. I want to first explain, before I open this up, because otherwise it won't make any sense. I want to first explain why templates are one of the biggest traps. Don't fall into the template trap, because I'll explain it like this. We've all been given templates. We've all seen templates, been told, bro, you use this outreach script, this outreach template, and bro, you're going to get rich overnight. Templates just don't do what you think that they do. What do I mean by that? Well, here's the thing. I always give you guys templates as well. I'm guilty. Yes, Tyson, but you give out templates. I give out some templates, but the difference is this, is that the templates are to get you going. For example, I'm trying to teach you how to swim. I'm not going to just say, all right, get in the water and follow the steps. Imagine if you've never ever seen anyone swimming before in your life. It'd be pretty hard to just learn from me describing how it's done. Whereas if I were to actually teach you, first, I would demonstrate. I would demonstrate all the steps instead of just trying to tell you them. That's exactly where templates have their place. They're okay to get you started, but they're not a forever thing. And that's the counterintuitive truth. Templates are actually the hard way and not the easy way like people think that they are. I have a question for you guys. Is it easier to swing a butter knife or an axe? So let's say you have a butter knife, basically like this. Is it easier to swing this little thing, or is it easier to swing an axe where you have to like really put your back in it? Which one is easier to do? A butter knife is easier to swing. It takes less effort. It's not as hard. It's easy. It's literally easier to use. It's lighter. It's smaller. It's easier. You can give a butter knife to a baby and a baby can swing it, but a baby is not swinging an axe. But follow-up question, which one is actually easier for you to use in order to cut down a tree? Axe is going to be the one that's easier to actually complete your goal of cutting down the tree. And that's where the template trap comes in. Templates look easy, but they don't work. Therefore, they're hard. Imagine trying to chop down a tree with a butter knife. The tool is not going to help you get the job done. And I call this approach to getting copywriting clients, I call it conversion client getting. And there's a reason why I call it that. That language is extremely specific. There's a reason, and it's this. I think of copywriting and becoming a copywriter as a one-person business and not as a freelancer. Because the traditional freelancer, what do? They have to work for hourly wage. They're like, oh yeah, my rate's $10 an hour. My rate's $15 an hour. That's not what we want. As freelancers don't make any money. One-person businesses are the ones that make tons of money. And as a one-person business, here's what you need to understand. I'm going to give you guys some business sauce right here, but it's going to apply to you as copywriters. Businesses, when they're not making enough money, they always think that the problem is that they don't have enough leads. They don't have enough leads. They don't have enough people watching their stuff. When the problem 99% of the time is they don't have enough conversions. They're not converting a high enough percentage of their audience. I'll break it down as simple as possible. Let's say you open up a lemonade stand and the lemonade says thirst quenching lemonade, 25 cents. Anybody who actually sees your lemonade stand would love to buy, but you open up your lemonade stand in the back alleyway of a remote town. How many people are going to buy from you if nobody sees you? Obviously, nobody. So you might have some good conversions, but you have zero traffic in order to profit from those conversions. You open up your lemonade stand in downtown New York. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands and thousands and thousands of people passing you every single day, but your conversions are crap. Your lemonade stand says $2,000 per cup of lemonade. And then in parentheses, disclaimer, lemonade might actually be pee. How much do you think you're going to sell? And while that might be a little bit of a silly analogy, the truth is most of your guys' outreaches are going to convert worse than that crappy lemonade stand. I want to show you guys how to get clients without going with the mindset of, oh, well, I have to do 200 outreaches a day. I have to do 300 outreaches a day. It just doesn't make any sense. Want to know what templates are really like? I'll give you another scenario. I want to give you another hypothetical so I can really prove it to you and explain it to you first. Oh shit, I can kind of see it. What do you guys think it is? A scenario. You are happily married for 10 years and your significant other says, you know what? This year, I want to get you something really special. So you're all excited, you wake up and it's your birthday and she got you something and now you want to know what it is. You're excited to see it. You have butterflies in your stomach because you're like, oh man, it's going to be crazy. And she gives you the present and you open it up and you get this. You open it up and you get this. That's a $20 gift card to Amazon. 2 questions for you. One is, how would that make you feel? How would that make you feel if you were hyped up about this present? She said she wanted to do something special, and then she went and got you a $20 Amazon gift card. How would that feel? You wouldn't be happy if all she got you was a $20 Amazon gift card. Now, second question here. What would that make you want to get her for her birthday next year? If you're still with her, of course. What would that make you want to get her for her next birthday? It doesn't make you want to get her much of anything. So that was the first scenario where, first of all, you feel disappointed. And second of all, you don't want to give anything of value really back. Long story short, but check this out. Let's say it's your birthday and instead of the Amazon gift card, she gets you something else. Let's say she comes to you and she says, this year I wanted to do something special. See, about 6-7 months ago, we were walking down the street and this car drove by. And the look on your face was absolutely priceless. And I just sat there admiring how excited you were and how you were saying that that was your dream car right there. You started talking about how many cylinders it has, how many horsepowers it has. I didn't know what it was because you just said the name of the car and then like a whole bunch of numbers and letters that I could barely remember. But then you said something that really hit me and I'll never forget. You said, that's my dream car. And I would give anything just to have it for just one day and see what it would be like. So I wrote down what the car name was and I wanted to make your dream come true, even if it was for just a day. So I went on all the local car spotting Facebook groups. I searched around and searched around and searched around. And not only did I find the exact model, Porsche 911 GT3 RS, but I actually found the owner of the guy who was driving that exact car on that day. And with a lot of convincing, a little bit of negotiating, I got him to agree to let you drive the car, even if it was for just a day. 2 questions, my friends. One, how would you feel? How would you feel? How would you feel compared to the $20 gift card? And 2, what would that make you want to get her for her birthday coming up? Very happy, super excited. And that right there that I just described is the difference between a template and you actually taking your time, learn about somebody, to remember things that they said, and to actually put the effort in. That is what you get with conversion client getting. Who's ready to open up the box and see exactly what happens? Here we go. So what's inside this box is actually going to change your life. It's going to change how you outreach. It's going to change how you see outreach. It's going to change how you understand business as a whole. You guys ready? But what's inside the box? Well, we'll find out in another minute because a phone would fit in here just perfectly, and this does not. Just kidding, just kidding. So what it actually is a phone. It's not an iPhone 16 or 17 or whatever the hell you guys were saying, but it is a phone, and it came with a card. Okay, it says this: Tyson, thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for all the free value that you put out. And because with your videos and your free value, I was able to close my first copywriting client. I wanted to give you this as a token of my appreciation. And I only really want 2 things. 1 is for you to keep being you, keep putting out the amazing value that you keep putting out. And 2 is to just pass on the good deed. So what the hell does that even mean? Why does that matter? Well, let me explain. I'll put it like this. What we just saw isn't a phone. Let's be honest. Who cares about a phone? This is like an old phone. Nobody actually is going to get this phone. I mean, unless you want like my old ass phone from like 3, 4. Actually, this is an iPhone 10. So this is at least 5 years old. Let me answer the question. Not everybody can agree on what's best, the wrapped gifts or the bagged gifts. Everybody vehemently disagrees, and it's a highly polarizing topic on which is better, iPhone or Android. So what am I getting at? A gift is only as good as the personalization, thought, and effort that went into it. The wrapping paper is not just wrapping paper. It's your opener. It's how you get people's attention. The gift itself, it's not just a gift. This iPhone is not an iPhone. This iPhone is the free value you give to your prospects. And the card that I got with that, it's not just a card either. Card is the CTA. There's 3 parts to every outreach. And if you optimize these 3 parts and put them into your own words, add your own twist on it, and also personalize it to who you're sending it to, that right there is where all the money is to be made with copywriting. The most important part, probably the CTA. And the CTA is extremely important because I talked about the gift a little bit. I talked about the wrapping a little bit more. A CTA shouldn't feel like selling. It shouldn't feel like asking. Instead, it should feel like an invitation to the next step. So how do you put everything that I've shown you today into work? I've given you the macro. I've given you the ideas. I've broken down the principles. So let me give you the actionables. The 4-step framework that I created called the G.I.F.T framework. G.I.F.T. G is simple. G stands for genuine connection. This is probably the most important part. You can think of this almost like a funnel. It's like, that's the top of funnel. That's getting people's attention, getting people in. If you were to go to your Instagram page right now, or your Instagram account, and go to your request tab and your hidden requests, you're going to see a whole bunch of crap. You're going to see like OF models try to sell you crap. You're going to see people trying to take money from you, saying like, hey man, I can triple your money in 3 days. Just give me $5,000. Like all this craziness. So just the human to human connection is because people are just so jaded with everything being so robotic, so automatic. And with AI, oh my God, it's getting even worse. People crave the human element more than they ever did. That is the G, genuine connection, AKA your opener. Next is I, which is insightful value. Insightful value. You want to give them a gift that shows you did your homework and you worked hard. Third is the F, which is focused solution. You want to give them the perfect match. Right? This goes back to the I, but you want to really show that you did your homework and know exactly what their business is doing, what they're doing next, what they've done before in the past. You understand their offer. You want to actually research them. This is something that nobody does. They just find a prospect, looks good, send an opener, send an outreach. It's like, dude, you're not taking your time on this stuff. Last letter in the G.I.F.T framework is the T, which is the tactful invitation, AKA the card that comes with your gift. To drive the point home even further, I want to ask you guys a question. I'm going to show you somebody right here on my phone, and I want you to tell me who he is. Who's this? Who is that? Sam Sulek not only changed the bodybuilding game, not even changed the fitness influencer game, he changed everything forever. And I'll tell you why. Sam Sulek changed everything in business forever because he was the start of the trend. He was the start of the trend. And you want to know what the trend is? It's this. He's not the biggest. Sam Sulek is not the biggest. He's big, but he's not the biggest. Sam Sulek is not the smartest. Sam Sulek is not the best speaker. Sam Sulek does not have the highest production quality, but he was the one who blew up the most last year. Why is that? One simple word: authenticity. Authenticity. Now, it's imperative in business. You need to understand that success has a lot to do with timing. And this is why this is so important. Is because you can't just chase the trends and follow the trends because you're going to be late or you're going to be last. If you wait until Bitcoin is at the peak to invest, you're like, oh, well, it's already gone up so much. I'll invest now because it's going to go up more. That's how you get burned. You're literally buying high and selling low at that point. And it's the same that goes with business. You don't want to chase trends. You want to predict them. And a trend that is already starting and that you have a chance to hop on is the trend of just being extremely genuine and authentic. This is what people want to see in 2025. There's a reason why people like Donald Trump is going on podcasts with Joe Rogan and Aiden Ross, or Elon Musk is getting on podcasts, and they're building their own personal brands, is because they want to build authenticity because they understand that in the attention economy, authenticity is the new sub-currency. But obviously, you guys are going to want to know how to do that. So let me explain. You guys ready for the implementation guide? Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to give you guys the implementation guide. The implementation guide. How do you implement this? What are the actual tactics that you can use today? Let me show you. I have a list here. So before you craft any outreach, before you even send a message, here's what you should do first. It's called 15 minutes of research. 15 minutes of research. And again, this is where people mess up. It's because they don't do this. I've been outreached to so many times, and it's funny because they're like, Tyson, I can help you get to 7 figures. I help people scale to 7 figures. I can help you scale to 7 figures. Dog, I've been at 7 figures. And if you watch my content at all or familiar at all with my brand, you know that. So you're not speaking to me. You're not talking to me. You're just wrong. Or, yo, Tyson, I can help you run more ads, and I can help your ads convert more. Dog, if you watched my content for like 3 seconds, you know I ain't even running ads. I don't even have any ads out right this second. Actually, be out in the next couple days, but that's besides the point. If you just are coming with some template, AKA, watch this, your $20 Amazon gift card, don't nobody want that and nobody cares. You give a $20 gift card to people you don't even like. Let's keep it 100%. People you don't even like, you don't even know them that much, but you know you should probably get them something. Is that really what you think people are going to want to reciprocate to you? Because remember when I asked you, what would you want to give her for her birthday if she gave you a $20 gift card? Like I said, divorce paper. Is if they've ever posted like some stories, behind the scene things, talk about the pain points that they've mentioned, either just in their content, they mentioned it, like saying, coaches, it's really hard to hire people that actually work correctly. You could hire overseas, but usually those people have extreme language barriers. You can actually use those sorts of things in your outreach. So they're talking about things for other businesses, but they're talking about it because they've gone through it as well. So mention it in your outreach. Next, talk about the values that they emphasize. Let's say that they are vehemently about people over profits. You can use that language. You can say, well, look, I know that you care a lot more about people over profits. So what I did is I created this value nurture email sequence to have people build a relationship with your brand. Of course, we can talk about building a promo sequence about it after so you can make more money and profit. But of course, I thought I would follow your values and think about the people first. And that's what I do with these emails. Now they're going to think, oh, that's actually kind of cool. Because you know what they're used to? Hey, bro, I'm a copywriter. So if you need like any copywriting, if you need me to write some emails, I can do that. Here's the 3 email gift I made for you. Dog. Which one is better? I have a little bit of a checklist here, personalization checklist. And if you guys haven't been taking notes so far, dude, you're behind. Personalization checklist. So to ensure your outreach stands out, include at least 2 of these 4 things. Right? 2 of these 4 things need to be in your outreach. 1, reference to specific content they've created. Hey, dude, I watched your video about XYZ and I really liked it. Or it helped me write my copy better, for example. Next is an insight about their business that shows you've done your homework. Hey, I've noticed right now that I've subscribed to your email list. I got your first welcome email called, here's your free gift or something, whatever their actual email is called. And value offer. I had some ideas. I made a quick Loom video for you. I made some free value for you. Is recognition of a specific achievement. Hey, dude, I saw that you actually got a 2 Comma Club award last week at Funnel Hacking Live. Big congrats on reaching that $1 million revenue mark. I mean, how much more personalized do you think that these are? Oh, this guy actually knows my brand. Here's another thing you guys have to realize. 99.99% of the time, here's exactly how businesses hire. They hire like this. All right, ready? I'm giving you guys sauce that has never been spilled before that you will never hear anywhere else. Number 1, here's what they do. They post on their story and they send a message on email. And the second thing that they might do is they might post on a job board. And then last ditch effort, last resort is they go pay for a placement or a hiring agency. So let's break that down. Why do you think that businesses, first and foremost, want to hire by emailing their list or posting on their story? It's because they would much rather hire people that are already familiar with what they do. So you have to position yourself as somebody who is already familiar with what you do. Next is a connection to a mutual interest or value. If they posted, here's my everyday carry, and they got a Glock in there or something, I'm like, wow, I wish I was able to have guns in my country. I do have guns, but I'm not able to actually bring them around with me. There's a mutual interest. That's a good opener. Or let's say they have some sort of supplements, and I'm really big into supplements and things too. It's like, share your actual human to human interests. Next, going back in their content and telling them exactly what caught your eye, what actually caught your eye, what made you come across their brand. I was scrolling through my explore page and I saw you talking about what? This makes it feel way more organic. Okay, now I know how this guy actually came across me and I know why he likes me. There's 3 super common mistakes that you need to avoid at all costs. And I see literally 99% of copywriters do this. And I'm going to tell you how to. One is generic compliments. I've been around for a while now, and I've seen some questionable things that still give me nightmares, to be honest. They say, dude, I love the color of your website. You love the what of my what? I love your content. Dude, what does that even mean? What about it do you love? You're literally just giving the most garbage dookie balls compliment ever to even exist. 2 is obvious template language. Here's another one. You guys want to know, I want to have another example of why authenticity wins. How many times have you seen these agency guys? And if you're new to copywriting, maybe you haven't seen it too much, but they say this, they give an irresistible offer first. Hey, I promise to get at least 30 leads into your funnel in the next 30 days. Otherwise, you don't pay. That's how they open. Well, guess what? Most people don't want that. Most people don't care. They just want to know that you're someone who can actually add value to their business. Obvious template language. And also, you don't even know their business. They haven't told you anything about their business. So you coming over and making a promise to them just doesn't make any sense. And finally, is asking for too much too soon. You say, hey, how's it going? What's up? Let's hop on a call. So we can talk about how I can add value to your business and make you more money. The best and easiest way to show somebody that you can give them a value is by, watch this, giving them value. Oh, wow, damn, you just said that. Yeah, I did. The best way to show and prove people that you can give them value is to give them value. Let's look at the Tyson 4D model, for example. Most value given ever. And people say, oh, he's not the copywriting GOAT. He's only been doing this for 2 years. Oh, he's not that good. He hasn't been doing this as long as me. I've been a copywriter for 20 years. So then why is it that I get the biggest YouTube channel on copywriting or the most viewed YouTube video with the word copywriting in the title with the free 4-hour course? The reason is simple. I'm known as the expert with copywriting because I give out the value for free. There are millions of people who watched my videos, gotten value from it, and never paid me a cent. And guess what? I'm okay with that because it still ends up monetizing in the end, just like with you guys. You guys are going to be creating tons of free value. And all you need is 2 to 3, maybe 4 businesses to say, you know what? I like this. You got my attention. Let's see what you can do. Let me try you out for just 1 month and see what happens. That's all you need. All you need is a couple people to say, you know what? I'm going to give them a shot. You guys internalize the lesson with all the analogies. You guys have the implementation guide on how to put it into practice. Now, I have 3 things. 3 things for you guys. So 2 insane free things, and then also 1 thing about the bootcamp. So I'll start with the free stuff. Number 1, I want to give you guys a brand new resource that I've created. Like I told you, I spent thousands of dollars on new personnel in my business to even help me build these because I'm a very busy man and I love to create some awesome resources for you guys, but it's very time consuming. So what I did was I created a framework, told people what it was going to be about, and then my team helped me build it. So it is a huge, massive resource. And I call it the free client getting mastery manual. What does it consist of? Exact screenshots of all my working outreach messages, exact screenshots of my students' outreach messages that I've gotten in clients that are never before seen, never released these before. Also, mix and match outreach templates so that you can actually have tons of scripts to go off of. So yeah, I'll give you templates. And here's the funny thing is that one of the reasons why templates don't work is because everyone uses the same one. I remember being in Hustlers University too, and they gave 200,000 people the same template, and everybody was spamming out the same thing. Do you want to know how I'm going to overcome that? Is instead of just giving you guys 1 template, I'm going to give you 5 templates, 10 templates, 20 outreach templates. What you can do is just mix and match so that it's 100% authentically you. And this is, again, FREE free, Tyson 4D free value key. That's what I'm known around these parts, and I plan to keep it that way. Then this is going to help you because it's going to instantly level you up. I want you guys to study this resource that I just gave. Not just look it over, not just read it, but study it and use it and put it into practice because it's the number 1 way that you are going to be able to generate value. Because that's one of the biggest parts of even getting clients in the first place, because nobody's going to hire you if you have a bad portfolio and you create terrible free value. So that being said, enjoy.
On today's call, I'm going to be covering with you guys the client getting audit protocol. This is essentially a way that you guys are going to be able to get clients by auditing, meaning it's overviewing their funnel and seeing what they need. Now, the reason as to why this is so important, you know what? First, before I even go into why this is so important, I'm going to first give you the 10 top deadliest mistakes to beginner copywriters when they're outreaching and trying to get clients. Because if you do any of these things, then what I'm about to show you and what I'm about to tell you is literally useless. If you don't do what I'm about to tell you in the beginning of this video, the actual protocol itself that I'm about to show you at the end will not work and it will not matter if you're not doing these things. So the 10 biggest deadly outreach sins. And if you were making any of these sins, then the audit outreach protocol is not going to work for you. It's not even going to matter. Number one, the biggest problem that most people have is that they don't even outreach in the first place. 30% of people have never outreached before, ever, at all, ever. Never tried to get a client, never outreached before in their lives. 50% of people have outreached before, but haven't been consistent for more than a month. They've tried it, but they haven't been consistent for over a month. But the most important part, only 20% of copywriters have been outreaching consistently for over 30 days. Let that sink in. How many of you guys in here, let me know in the chat, feel kind of like scared about like, bro, but the competition, bro. But the clients, what if they already got outreach to though, bro? My boy, it takes 30 days of consistency to reach the top 20%. Did you know that? 30 days of consistency, that's all it takes. So while you just are sitting there thinking that, oh my God, those guys, they must have some crazy type of skill if they're getting clients. Wow, those guys, they must be really good. No. And here's the other thing you think. You think the people who are outreaching, you think they were like, oh, now I feel good enough. I'm going to outreach now. Oh yeah, I used to have these butterflies in my stomach, but now I don't. Now I've overcome that, so I'm going to start outreach. No, they're outreaching right where you are right now. And for the people who haven't been consistent, 50% of people have tried it but not been consistent. What was the point of even trying it then? What are you doing? What are you doing? What was the point? Why would you even try and then not continue for a month, 30 days? Talking about, oh, well, I don't know if this outreach method is working. Dude, please. You get good at copywriting and good at outreach at the same time. You get good at both of them at the same time. It's not just like, I got to get good at copywriting first, because you're telling yourself lies. You think people just only care about the skill. That's not it. People will hire you for your attitude, for your potential, because you're a hard worker, and they will build your skills with you as you go. And what happens when you stay in pre-outreach purgatory, here's what's going to happen. You're going to quit. If you don't outreach, you are going to quit, period. And the reason why is because it's so easy. It's too easy to just walk away. Why wouldn't you just walk away? You haven't actually sacrificed anything yet. You have zero sunk cost, which means zero commitment. Walking away will not cost you anything, except for the very life that you dreamed about. I talk to copywriters every single day. Do you know what they tell me? Tyson, I want to change my life. I want to provide for the people that gave me everything, for the people that gave me life, for the people who brought me into this world and nurtured me from a baby and have always been there to support me. I want to retire my parents. I want to live a life of luxury. I want to be able to build a family. I want to send money to my parents. I want to send money to my family. I want to support all the people I love. I want to become the very best. Have you outreached yet? No. Why not? Oh, well, I've been working on my portfolio for the last couple months. So I was figuring, like, once I get my portfolio figured out, then we're going, bro. Tell me that I'm not talking to you. You know what happens? People get burnt out before they even start outreaching, before you've even sent a message, before you've even gotten rejected, before you've gotten told no, before you've been ghosted. You just, you know what, man, I've been working on this copywriting thing for so long and I've gotten no results. Zero outreach is done. It's like my friend. Come on, man. You know what's funny? I literally currently right now have 2 one-to-one students, and they both got their first client. One of them's client was like $1,200 a month and ranged from like $1,200 to $1,800 per month. The other one got a client that was around $2,000 per month. Scaled it a little bit more from there on. Both of those clients, both of those students got their clients on their second and third outreach. It's like second outreach, got a client. Third outreach, got a client. It's happened twice already. 2 times. Two different times. But yet some people are just too scared of the rejection. And I'm not saying that it's going to happen to you. I'm not saying that it's going to be that easy for you. You're just going to accidentally stumble upon a client on your third outreach. It's unlikely. You're just going to miss your chance just by not showing up. Why would you even risk that? Why would you even go and do that? I'll never understand. You want me to tell you how to think about it? How many of you guys have ever heard of approach anxiety? Let me tell you guys about approach anxiety. Approach anxiety is when, let's say you're at like a bar Right? I know none of you guys are young enough to like not even go to a bar. Where would you go? Like a party or a bar. And you see a girl that you like and you go like, okay, yeah, I'm going to talk to her, bro. I'm going to talk to her right here in 5 minutes. Yeah. In 5 minutes, because I'm too anxious right now. I'm just gonna get 5 minutes to cool out. 5 minutes turns to 30 minutes. 30 minutes turns to an hour. And then what happens? She leaves with some other guy. Not because he was better, more attractive, more charming, just because you hesitated and he took action. And the same is literally happening right now with your clients. That client that should have been yours, should have been paying you the money that should have been yours. You just left it on the table and somebody else came and scooped it right up. That's what you did. That's what you did by just inaction, because you're not ready, because you're scared, because you're nervous, because all of this. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of those dudes that are like, oh, bro, bring the shorties over, dude. One of the girls coming, when the HUD's coming over. And then as soon as somebody of the female variety walks in the room, they go this. They did this one. They're doing this all night. Guess what app I'm on? They do this all night. Head down in their phone. Head down in their phone. Yep. Bury their head in the sand. They talk a big game. But when push comes to shove, are you actually coming out here and doing the work? Are you actually even trying in the first place? Are you doing 20 to 30 consistent, high quality outreaches on a daily basis? If you're not, then that's step one. You have to get in there. You have to be in the arena. And you think that you're learning, but the problem is this, is that you learn by just getting inside, by just fighting for it. People say, oh, well, I'm too busy. Too busy. Yeah, I guess you are. Shit. You might as well just work a 9 to 5 the rest of your life then. Is that what you expected me to say? Is that what you wanted me to say? Like, I'm not going to fight you on it. If you really are sitting here and saying, but I'm too busy, but I don't have time, then cool. Live the exact life that you're living right now and don't do anything. Don't do anything. That's it. But if you're going to sit here and tell me that you don't have any time, when everybody knows my story, everybody knows I was the guy with 3 different jobs. I was in the Army, I was a carpenter, and I was also doing security at night. But yet, still, I put in 2 to 3 hours of passionate work on copywriting every day, no matter what. But no, you're right, bro. You probably like, you have like school and stuff, or you have a job, so yeah, you can't do it. And you just really like video games too. So it's like, how on Discord it shows the games that people play. People will be DMing me talking about, yeah, Tyson, like I want to change my life, man. And I'm going to make this thing happen no matter what. I don't care. Like, I'll never give up. 2 days later, I see them like playing like PUBG. I see them playing like PUBG or something, or CS:GO, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. I see them playing those games right after telling me that. It's funny, right? And you know what else people say? They say this. This is a funny one. Well, I don't want to outreach right now, because if I outreach and I get a client and I mess up, then I'm going to ruin my reputation. Yeah, dude, I don't want to do that. I have to make sure that I'm really good at copywriting. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of, everybody knows this person. There's a girl who wants to get tone, but doesn't want to lift weights, because if she lifts weights, she's going to start looking like a bodybuilder. She's going to start looking swole. She's literally just going to be swole as hell because she's lifted weights. It's like saying, well, bro, I don't want to get my license. If I start driving, I might accidentally become an F1, a Formula One racing driver. And I just don't want to do that. So I don't want to accidentally just do too good. Bro, you're blocking your blessings. All you're doing is blocking your own blessings. And there are some people sitting in this chat that's like, yeah, no, bro, those guys who ain't even outreaching yet. Bro, what about you? Just because you outreach, you think you're good. You think you're cool. You think that's good. But you're not doing enough. You're not even unlocking 50% of your potential that you could be doing. You could be doing twice as much right now. The math is really simple. Every day that you delay is another day of income you're missing out on. That's basically it. Number 2, the next biggest mistake is, if you are outreaching and outreaching consistently, you're not outreaching by the numbers. You're treating yourself as, you think of outreach like a lottery ticket instead of the odds being in your favor. It's like this. In Vegas, everybody, it's funny because I'm wearing a Las Vegas shirt. I was in Las Vegas last month. Everybody knows that if you go to a casino, the odds are stacked against you. There's a reason why they say the house always wins. The house doesn't always win every single time, but on a balance of probabilities, the casino knows it's going to make money. It might lose some money in the short term, make some more money. It's more of a 2 steps back, 3 steps forward type of deal. But what does this have to do with copywriting? It's like this. The question is not, how can I come up with a way that I can get clients with as little outreach as possible and the clients will just automatically come to me? Or how can I get lucky and then I accidentally stumble into getting a client? Instead, think of it like this. What amount of outreach would I have to perform in order to make it unreasonably unlikely for me not to get a client? And even if I don't get a client, I'd still be 100 times closer than I am right now. That's the question you have to ask yourself. That one right there. I'll give you an example. I outreached to 500 people. 45 people reply to me. 20 people say, yes, I want to see the free value that you're talking about. 5 people actually respond positively to the free value. I get on calls with three people, and I got one client that turns into a $3,000 per month retainer. If you knew for a fact that that's what it takes, then how quickly would you rip through those 500 outreaches? I think if you did 500 outreaches, there's a pretty good damn shot. And even if you didn't, think of how much closer you'd be. You would have you would have collected all of the data. You would have built the habit of outreaching. It's just, it is literally just comes down to a question of, do you actually want it or not? Are you willing to sacrifice for it or not? Or do you just want to play CSGO, bro? Do you want to be 45 making minimum wage playing PUBG and CSGO? Or God forbid, Fortnite? You're going to be one of those 45-year-old Fortnite players. If I could save one person in this chat from becoming that, please. Think of it this way. The other point that people make is, well, if I start outreaching, I want to get good at copywriting before I start outreaching. Think of it like this. Outreaching and getting good at copywriting are the same thing, because guess what outreaching is? Hey, I made you these 3 emails. Then you make 3 emails for them, and then you send it over. And those 3 emails are actually practice, but they're also outreach. So you see what I'm saying? You have to actually do it. You have to actually try. The third thing, this is something I've never talked about before. I have never, ever talked about before. But it is one of the biggest reasons why I see most copywriters losing out on clients. By doing this correctly is how I'm seeing the most W's from all of my students. I literally hopped on the call with Arvind. Arvind already got a 4.5K per month retainer client like 2 days ago. One of my one-to-one students. Another one of my one-to-one students, 2.5K per month retainer from a guy with millions of followers. We literally saw him perform at Funnel Hacking Live, a business event that we were at. And he was up front of the stage, and that was actually my student's client. It was crazy. And you want to know the number one thing that set them apart is this. Stop trying to tell business owners that you are better than them, you know better than them, or you can fix what they're doing. So many people out here are saying, well, bro, honestly, man, your emails are trash, my friend. Your emails are dookie balls. So is your headline. Yeah, but luckily for you, me, someone who's never made money online before, doesn't have a business, doesn't have a YouTube channel, I'm going to show you how to run your business for a small fee. What you think? That sounds dumb, doesn't it? A lot of people think that it comes down to, well, I need to critique their stuff, tell them why it's bad, and tell them why my stuff is better. No, that's actually not what you want to do. You want to do something different, because if you do that, you are going to fail. You are going to keep running into the same wall over and over and over and over and over. That's it. It's like going up to Mr. Beast and being like, hey, bro, I know I seen that you got that YouTube channel, but if you hired me, dude, like I would be able to get you more views, Mr. Beast. Jimmy, can I call you Jimmy? I'd be able to get you more views, my friend, because the YouTube videos, I can just do better. How many views have I gotten? None. None. But so okay. if you're not supposed to do that, then what are you supposed to do? How are you supposed to sell your stuff to clients then? Here's the thing. Here's how I knew I was fed up with my 9 to 5. There was a couple instances. There were so many instances. Here's one that really hit home hard for me. It's this. I was working as a carpenter, and every time I had to go on a lumber run, I was so happy, dude. Like I'd get to go off the job site, drive the truck for 20 minutes, go to the store, pick up some lumber, and bring it back to the job site. That's the best part of the day. And when I was doing this, right, it would be like a Wednesday at 11 a.m. And I would see people not working. Like they're just out and about. They're just walking their dog. Somebody's like just driving their car. And I'm like, dude, I don't even have free will. I don't even have the free. Imagine what it would be like to just decide, you know what? I want to go to the store and just go. It was like I was held prisoner, and I was just like behind bars and seeing everybody else actually be able to live their lives, but I wasn't able to. It was a surreal feeling. Not to mention, dude, I was around other people in the 9 to 5. As a construction worker, you literally work with people who are like 17-year-olds. They show up with their white Monster drinks. They smoke a dart and they drink a coffee in the morning. And that's like the 17-year-olds. But your co-workers are like 60-year-old dudes who gave it their whole life to it. They hate working. They show up to work drunk. Bro, I did not belong. Like, if you belong or not, you can feel that. I did not belong. Let me get back on track here. If you're not supposed to tell business owners they suck, then what are you supposed to do? You want to sell them the two types of convenience. And when you sell them the two types of convenience, one, it's separating you from every other copywriter on the market right now, because everybody is doing this crap where they're just going up to people and saying, hey man, I looked at your emails, they're terrible. So what I'm going to do for you is improve them. This is a bad idea. This is terrible. You know what this reminds me of? I get so many people on a daily basis DM me, comment on my videos. Hey bro, your thumbnails are low quality. I can help boost them and make them better. Like, dude, that's what they all say. That is literally what they all say. So here are the two types of convenience you need to know if you want to get copywriting clients. One is time convenience. Business owners value time much more than money. I'll put it this way. If you make $1 million profit from your business per year, then if you were to do the division, right, you work 40 hours per week, let's say. I know most entrepreneurs work much more than that. $1 million a year is essentially $500 per hour. So if you save them an hour and they pay you $100 for that, bro, they're laughing. They're chilling. You're paying them what's a lot of money to you, but a little bit of money to them. How would you use that in an angle? Well, you'd say something like this. Hey, I saw that you were writing emails to your list, and I wrote you these emails to show that I can write emails in your voice so that you can spend more time on the needle moving activities that move your business forward, and I can take over the email marketing for you. That is time convenience. You pitch them a small discovery project on that, and they're like, you know what? This isn't actually bad. He might take a couple weeks of training, get them up to speed, ramped up, and now I don't have to write any emails. And he can also write me copy for my other platforms that I wasn't using, which brings me to my second point, is this: novelty convenience. You know, the copywriters who cook the most, who get the most clients, the ones that find what they're not doing. If they don't have an email sequence, you write them that email sequence. If their email sequence is 8 emails long and then nothing comes after, you write them a nurture sequence and then a promo email sequence. Or you can write them some Instagram captions. You can write them some Instagram stories. Some really easy ones to look at are Lauren Tickner, Bastian Lott, Paul Hilsey. All of these guys on their Instagram have marketing Instagram stories. And I'm not saying that they're going to pay you like $3,000 to write their stories for them or write their Instagram captions. But what I am saying is that if you could just point out some small things that they're not doing, where they could at least get more leads, more conversions, more traffic, then they're going to start trusting you. Once you show them the small things, they're going to be like, okay, well, maybe he can write the emails, look at the email marketing. You just need one small thing that they're not doing. And you want to present it to them as something where I can start monetizing your email list and you can just be hands off. You can be hands off. I can come in, write the emails, segment your list, automate everything so that you're essentially making semi-passive income from your email list. Not only will I do that, I will also write copy and create posts to fill up your email lists from your Instagram. I'll also even think about creating some resources and free lead magnets so that you get a lot of traffic into your email list. These are all super simple things to do. This is what I do with the people who work for me. I have script writers and copywriters, and they help me make the resources that I gave to you guys. That was from one of the script writers I hired. The captions that I make, the posts that I make, the emails that go out, like all of it. Those are all other people that are helping me do that. So if I know how to utilize them correctly everywhere, then it's extremely not only time convenient, but also novelty convenient, because I wouldn't even be doing those things. So when you send them over some free value, here's what it's not meant to do. This free value is better than what you have, and what you have sucks. Here's some free value. It's more like, here's some free value that can expand on where you're already making money and possibly give you a new stream of income for your business. I wrote these so I can prove that I can sound like you through text. That's it. They're just worried if you sound like them. If you're sitting there trying to be like, well, you see, my hook here in my email is really good because I say this thing, and then over here in the middle of the email, I say this other thing, which is really good, and then my CTA is really strong. They don't care. And they're not trying to learn from you. So you sitting there trying to teach them, wasting your time. I have more on this later. Because the obvious question is, well, Tyson, how do I do that? I got you. I'm going to show you how to do that in the client getting audit protocol. I'm going to break down systematically what you can do to actually get clients, and what how to find gaps in their marketing so that you can pitch them those, because that is the number one biggest thing I'm seeing right now. You pitch them the gaps, those are the people who get clients. Next is that you're not sticking to one strategy and you're throwing just random crap at the wall. I see this so many times, not only just in copywriting, but in business as well. If you change too many things, you're not actually going to know what's working. There's this quote that I love, and it's, I would rather fail and know why than win and not know what I did to succeed. Because if you just get lucky, it is non-repeatable. But if you have the data, if you know what went wrong and what can go right, then now it's repeatable. It doesn't matter what you're doing because you can always improve upon it. If you're actually good at the skill, actually good at what you do, you'll never go broke. And when you start switching things and changing things, I'm going to change my niche. I'm going to change my outreach. I'm going to go from Instagram to email to Upwork to Fiverr. All that's happening is you are not letting your results compound. It's like investing in Bitcoin at 60,000 and nothing happens. You're like, oh, this is boring. Then it goes down to 50,000. You're like, oh my God, I'm going to take my money out. But then you see all these other people winning with this one niche, let's say, or this one outreach method. And then that's basically like Bitcoin going up to 70,000. And you're like, oh my God, I have to buy. So then you start doing what they're doing. And then guess what happens? Then Bitcoin goes down from 70,000 to 60,000 to 50,000 to 40,000. You're like, oh, okay, I'm going to take my money out. You literally just kept buying high and selling low. And the reason why is because you just can't stick with one thing. Only 20% of people can stick with one thing for 1 month. Only 20% of people can even outreach consistently for 1 month. So if you have the mental capacity and power to stick to one outreach type method, one niche, you're going to be so far ahead of the game, it doesn't even make any sense. Next, final one is this: selling copywriting instead of selling outcomes. Bro, I can't explain this enough, but don't ask for a job. Offer a solution. When you ask for a job, you look so desperate, low value. Like, I can't even tell you how many people have DM'd me from my real life and they have no idea what I'm doing. And they DM me, or they message me, or they talk to me in person and say, put me on, bro. That's what you sound like. You sound like you're looking for a come up. You sound like you're looking for a handout. Oh, bro, I'm a copywriter. Do you have any copy that I can write? Excuse me, no. Businesses don't want copywriters. They want more leads. They want higher conversion rates. They want increased customer retention. They want better qualified prospects. They want enhanced brand perception. They want reduced support tickets, meaning reduced complaints. They want increased average order value. They want increased lifetime value. They want increased lifetime gross profit. And if you're sitting there being like, I don't know what those words mean, it's a clear sign you just ain't even really started yet, dude. You just have not even really started yet. Once you start outreaching like crazy, you're going to get clients. It's hard not to. They're not going to be some big fish, big whales, dream clients at the moment. But dude, just through working being around the money, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. You're going to know what the business looks like, what the insides of the business look like, how things are actually ran and operated. Before your next outreach, do a couple of these things. One, identify one specific observable problem, one specific gap that they're missing out on. Next is connect the problem to an outcome that they actually care about. So, hey, I noticed that your email sequence only goes 5 emails long. Did you have more emails than that? Because if not, a lot of the people who are actually opening your emails no longer seeing you. And as you already know, the more touch points, the more top of mind you are, the more people who are going to inevitably convert, the more leads are going to convert into clients. That's the messaging. That's it. Find out a way to say that short, concise, and you're good. You're golden. For example, the messaging isn't, hey, I'm looking for a copywriting job. The messaging is more like, hey, I can get you 10 extra high ticket clients in the next 90 days by using your email list, or by recharging your dead email list, by reviving them. Because every business has a dead email list. The dead email list is a bunch of emails that they don't outreach to anymore. They don't even email anymore. And the reason why is because they haven't opened the emails in weeks or months. But there are lots of people in there that would love to start opening up. So if you can revive some of those emails, now you're essentially getting leads almost for free. Almost. This is an example. That's how you have to start thinking of business, instead of just, hey man, I can write some copy. 6, you're just not following up enough. Your follow-up is pathetically weak. Like only 20% of people have been outreaching consistently for over a month. Imagine how many of those people give up after the first outreach. Imagine how many of those people just take silence as rejection. Here's the thing. Again, open up your ears and listen to me. In a world of freaking back-to-back meetings, like this one, for example, and you're sitting there like, oh man, this business owner, he didn't reply to me. I don't even reply to my own family. I don't reply to anybody. You want to know why? Because as a business owner, you have to be on a million different places at once. So if you're taking silence as rejection, you're never going to get anywhere, because what you think is that a business owner, just their phone dry as hell. Let me tell you this. If I took my phone off do not disturb, it would not stop vibrating. Instagram, DMs, likes, comments, YouTube likes, comments, emails, messages from my team, all of it. It would not stop vibrating. Yet I'm supposed to sit here and text you back and forth like I'm your pen pal. Dude, you have to follow up. Like, if you're not following up, you're not even outreaching. I wouldn't even consider that outreach. The first message is just like, is this a chance? In every business, there's what's called a sales cycle. A sales cycle is everything from when you guys meet and come in contact all the way to when they give you the money. It's a sales cycle. So you think that you're just going to outreach to somebody, they're going to hop on a call with you and send you over the money. And that does happen sometimes. It's kind of crazy. But you can't just count on that. The same thing. It's not a lottery ticket. You have to just keep following up. The best clients I've ever closed, I've outreached to them for 6 months plus. 6 months plus. If it takes 30 days, get in the top 20%. What percentage of people do you think are actually outreaching for 6 months consistently to the same person? You're literally in a competition of zero, of nobody. Nobody. If 20% can't even stick to it for 30 days and you're outreaching to the same person for 6 months, it is unreasonable to believe you can't get a client, that you can't make money. How does that happen? How do you follow up? Here's the follow-up method framework mindset that I have. It's called the BBL follow-up framework. They either book a call with you, they block your account, meaning they say no, they say screw off, they cuss you out, they block your account, and anything in between is a loss. Book, block, or loss. The BBL framework. Another one that I like is the buy, die framework. They either buy from you, they either say bye to you, as in goodbye, I don't want to be contacted with you anymore, or you outreach to them until you die. And I know that sounds maybe a little bit extra intense probably, but seriously, I see it all the time. Dude, I outreached to this one guy. He was a warm lead. He said he wanted to get on a call, and then he just ghosted me. And I was like, how long is that? That was like 5 months ago. I'm like, how many outreaches? How many follow-ups? No follow-ups yet. I literally had a student just like that. Oh yeah, no follow-ups yet. Follow up with him. He followed up with him a couple more times, actually closed the client not too much long after. It's like, I'm not saying this because I like the sound of my own voice. I'm saying this because this is what works. And people choose not to do this, and then they're literally choosing not to get clients. 7, really quickly, is romanticizing opportunities. This usually happens with your very first sales call. It's very certain, oh man, you get the very first sales call. You're like, bro, if I make $3K per month from this on the side of my job, I'm gonna be able to pay off my debt. I'm gonna be able to pay my girl some money. I'm gonna be able to pay my mom back. I'm gonna be able to do this. I'm gonna be able to do that. And you haven't even gotten on the sales call yet. I've gotten on sales calls with people with 500,000, over 500,000 followers on Instagram. I get on the sales call with them and I tell them, yeah, bro, you know what? We can do a quick $300 discovery project. I'll set up your email list for you. I'll start sending emails. I'll set up the automation. I'll get people into your email list. He's like, whoa, $300. Whoa, not so fast. I don't have the funds for that. I just didn't set aside the funds for it. So we're not going to be able to move forward today. Sorry. And I was flabbergasted. I was like, well, we can do like a free trial if you want. He's like, no, that's okay. That's all right. That's just life. So I really felt like giving up right there. But what did I do? I was like, all right, on to the next one. Abundance mindset. Because you want to know what? He was a brokey and I didn't want to work with him anyways. I didn't want to work with him anyways. That's the thing. I didn't. 500,000 fake followers, not even $300 in his pocket. I don't even want to work with him in the first place. I would rather hold out until I work with somebody who actually I have potential with. So don't romanticize your opportunities. Take it on the chin. Just go next. Next is number 8. You need to start building what I call your brag folder as soon as possible. As soon as possible. And this is another one where people just They just don't do it. If you don't do this, you're choosing not to get clients. Here's what your brag folder is. Everybody thinks that, oh, well, in order for me to get clients, I need testimonials from previous clients. But they don't even know what a testimonial is. There's 4 different types of testimonials. One is a data testimonial. For example, I took my clients' open rate from 20% to 40% per email. That's a data testimonial. You screenshot that, you put it in your portfolio. Now you look like the man. You can do this without even getting paid. You understand that? You can go on a free trial with a client, and now you have a data testimonial. And on top of that, you can get these 4 different types of testimonials with the same client, with one client. Imagine you work with one client, you get 4 testimonials. You work with 2 clients, you get 8 testimonials. That's why students are freaking crushing it. Not because of, oh, well, I had to work on copy for an extra month and maybe that will make me get more clients. It's because they know how to create their brag folder and increase their own perceived value. I see so many times, I've had so many students do this. So many of my students come to me and they're like, oh, Tyson, look at what my client said. I feel so good about this. And the client was like, hey, man, those last emails did awesome. They generated us this much money. And I'm like, awesome, man. It's great, dude. And like a month goes by and I'm like, why didn't I see that on your Instagram? And they're like, oh, yeah, I forgot to put it on there. Bro, what do you mean? What do you mean you forgot? This is the basics, man. This is 101. You're supposed to be a copywriter. You're supposed to be the guy who knows how to convert. You can't even convert a client. You can't even increase your own perceived value because you're not even looking in the right places. Next one is a text testimonial, which is just like how I just said, actually. I revealed the last one prematurely. That's okay. When your client texts you and says, yo, bro, those last emails were fire. You take that and again, you put it in your brag folder. You put your brag folder in your portfolio. When people ask for it, they're like, not only does he have emails in here, not only does he have awesome copy in here, he also has worked with other brands and other people like his stuff as well. For example, if you send free value to a potential client and they say, you know what, these emails are really good, but they don't even hire you, you can get testimonials without even getting a client. Do you realize that? Do you realize that? Most people don't. Most people, they're oblivious. They choose to be oblivious and choose to be ignorant. But if you do this, I'm telling you, you're going to increase your perceived value instantly out the gate. People ask me, Tyson, what do I do if I had no experience? You have to be trying to not have any experience. It's really so simple. You just start writing emails to people and sending it to them. They give you compliments saying your emails are really good. You just put those in your brag folder. Now you have experience. You can literally get experience before you get a client. There's 2 more. A text testimonial and a video testimonial. A text testimonial is when you say, hey, Mr. Client, can I get a testimonial? They say, yeah, man, I work with Tyson. He's the man. A video testimonial is when they say the same thing, but in the video, man, I work with Tyson. He's the man. That's it. Those are the 4 types of testimonials. You need to start building your brag folder before you're ready, before you think you need to. It's like building your credit score. How many people in here got a credit card when they were 16? And now your credit score is like freaking 750 or 800. Not gonna lie, that was me. Mine is like 720 though. Nothing crazy. You want to start before you're ready, and in the future, you will really thank yourself. You will really thank yourself. Like, please. All right, I have one more. Last one. 9. You're spending too much time on busy work and mentally edging yourself. I said it. Tell me if I'm off. How many YouTube videos on how to write copy and how to get clients do you need to watch, bro? You ripping through videos at 2x speed, listen to the same thing you just heard the other guy said, the same thing you just heard the other guy said. You just watching videos. Talk to so many copywriters. How long have you been doing copywriting for? 2 months. How many pieces of copy you wrote? Haven't written anything yet. Then what are you doing? Why are you just sitting there and mentally edging yourself, talking about, oh yeah, I'm gonna get started real quick. I'm about to start real quick. I'm about to start right now. You know what? Never mind. Tomorrow. I got a full more time tomorrow. Today I'm tired. My elbow feel kind of funny. I'm not gonna do it. No, I'm good. I've talked to too many copywriters at this point, bro. I know I'm talking to somebody in the audience right now. Tell me I'm not talking to somebody in the audience right now. You need to every single day be writing copy. You need to every single day be outreaching. Those are the things you need to be doing on every single day. If you're not doing those every single day, then you are doing what I call productive procrastination. Oh, bro, I've been building my portfolio for the last 3 months, bro. I've been building my website for the past 387 days, and I'm gonna get started like real soon, dude. Please, bro. Save it. No. I ain't buying, bro. I ain't buying what you're selling. I'll put it that way. All right. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.